we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
Hi everybody, it's Patty, Rockstar Mom, and today I am so excited to show you a couple of pieces of new jewelry that I've recently purchased. Possibly you can see already one of them, and tell you about one of the neatest channels on YouTube I've ever found. And the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, you see Biscuit here, the next thing I'm going to talk to you about is my Apple Watch band wardrobe. I have several bands that I want to show you that go with my Apple Watch, and I'll talk more about that a little bit later. I want to tell you about the channel because the jewelry is connected to the channel. A few months ago, back just before Christmas, I came across a channel here on YouTube called The Recycled Life. Just popped up in my feed, and I clicked on it, and I knew with that very first video that I watched that I was going to be hooked on it. Over the next few days, I binge watched it, and I watched all of the videos. Let me tell you just a little bit about The Recycled Life. It's about two young women who are vintage and treasure shoppers, is what I would call them. One, Laura, loves mid-century modern, and Selena loves everything girly. They have their two distinct styles, but yet they come together on many things that work for both. They're in their, I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming they're in their 30s. Cute. Videos are wonderfully filmed and edited. Very pretty to look at. But they're best friends. And they actually met because of their interest in antiquing and thrift shopping. They not only have the one website and the one channel that they do together, they also have separate channels and separate websites. They are so cute together. I absolutely adore watching them. I have to admit that I probably connect more with Selena because she's the girly girl, although Laura has some things that I love too. But what happens, and by the way, I will link their channels below, and I hope that you'll go over and watch them. There is no doubt in my mind whatsoever that you'll subscribe. I know once you see them, you'll subscribe to them. They're that cute, that neat, that smart. They garage sale, they estate sale, they antique shop, antique markets. They live up on the West Coast. When they're out shopping, they're so knowledgeable about what they're looking at, what they see, what they think is good. They also have people that they've dealt with in the past in one way or another who are more experts in some things. So they have sources that they can go to see really and truly what something is worth. Is it valuable? Is it worth the money? So once a month or once every month or so, they do a sale of jewelry. And they will lead up to the sale, and they'll let you know that the sale is coming. They will show you just a few pieces that will be in the sale that they have picked up in their escapades. They never tell you prices, but you get a little idea of what's going to be on that sale or in that sale. I have seen them show some things that I would buy in a heartbeat if I could afford them. But by the time that sale opened on the day and the time, generally I had sort of forgotten about it. And when I remembered it, maybe 30 minutes later, I would go onto that site and pretty much everything was sold out already. So a month or so ago, Selena showed this necklace that I'm wearing and a couple of other things that would be in the sale. Now, I have never, ever had any interest in Southwest type jewelry or American Indian type jewelry, Navajo, nothing, never. I have a huge jewelry collection. I've been collecting jewelry for so many years, and I have so many pretty pieces, but I had nothing that even resembled this. Never been interested. She showed this and talked about it, and she also had another one that was a great big butterfly that was it was vintage. And by the way, everything they do is vintage. But she talked about this necklace. It's Navajo. It's mother of pearl, white mother of pearl. And I'm going to do a close-up. Hopefully you can see it. And the chain, it's 3 chains, and one is just a silver chain. The other one is, I know one is mother of pearl, and I believe white onyx, I believe is what the chains are. According to Selena, when they saw it, they really didn't know what it was. They knew for sure that they thought it was Navajo. And they knew it was old. They thought that, they didn't think it would be considered a squash blossom. I think they called it just a blossom. I'll have to look and I'll put it on the video. But the blossom, because it's a big blossom and it has the feathers, and I'm sure the feathers have some meaning. I don't know enough about it to know. But when I saw her show this, it was like, that is my necklace. That is my necklace. She had the date of the sale, the time that it was going to go up. It's Pacific time. I'm on Central time. So I made sure I knew exactly when that was going to be, Central time, which was 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I had notes all over the place. I told Jim not to let me forget. I set my alarm for like 4:55 for that day. And I went to that site, and of course it was not up yet. And at 5 o'clock, it popped up, and the jewelry was there, and there were quite a few pieces. And I scrolled as fast as I could. Well, right off the bat, I came across the butterfly, and I think it was $250, somewhere in that range, which I would have bought. But I thought, okay, I need to see that blossom. So I scrolled as fast as I could down until I saw it. And when I saw it, the price was $188, and I clicked on add to cart, and I reserved that piece right then. And I went straight into my cart, and I bought it. Within 5 minutes of going onto that site, I had bought this necklace. So I went back, and I looked at the butterfly necklace. They also had a very unusual squash blossom necklace that was turquoise and silver. Very unusual. Typically I don't like those kinds of things, but I loved that. And that would have been my third choice, but that one was, I think, close to $800, which I knew I was not going to spend that much money. But I was looking through everything, and to see, you know, if there was anything else. And this ring popped up. And I'll try to zoom in on it so that you can see it. But I thought, oh my gosh, it's not exact, but it's a very close match to the necklace. It's white mother of pearl. It has a feather on it. It has a little bit of scrolling and some beadwork on it. And what made it really good was that it's a size 5, and I wear a size 5. And this one is actually signed RN in really fancy letters. And this was like $25. So I added it to my cart, I bought it. Back and I shopped some more to make sure there wasn't anything else that I felt like I had to have, because obviously I was one of the very first people on the site that day for some reason. Normally everything would have been sold out by then. But anyway, I ordered the necklace, I ordered the ring, and in the meantime, a good friend of ours in Memphis has been in antiques and vintage things and estate sales for many, many years, considered an expert. And I sent him a picture of the necklace and asked him if he knew anything about it, if he had ever seen one. Because Selena said that, and I hope I'm not going to misquote her, but basically she said that everybody they talked to said they had never seen this. So probably it's a one of a kind. And because it's not the traditional, it's similar to a squash blossom, but not the traditional squash blossom, that possibly this was made for a special occasion. And there was only one of them. Their experts said it's definitely Navajo. Our friend says that it's definitely Navajo and that it's very old. So I was just tickled pink to get it. I can't wait to wear it. I know I'll get a lot of wear out of it. It's one of those things that you just wear all the time because you love it. I went on different sites. I went on eBay and Pinterest and just Googling around trying to find some earrings, maybe a bracelet that would sort of go with it, and I found a couple of things, but I just wasn't in love with them. So I had these earrings already, and I think they work fine with it. And Jim had given me this bracelet about 4 or 5 years ago. It's stretchy, but it's metal. And the coloring goes. So I'm good with wearing these earrings and this bracelet, this ring, and my blossom necklace. Now, they had a lot of vintage jewelry on there that was very, very reasonably priced. So that's, if you like vintage jewelry, and I didn't realize how much I did like it, to be honest with you. And I have some vintage jewelry, but I've never actually gone out and shopped particularly for vintage jewelry. I know that I will get a ton of wear out of this. I just can't wait to be out of quarantine when I can actually dress and go out to dinner and different things when I can wear it. I know I'm gonna I just know I'm gonna love it. There's another jewelry sale coming up, I want to say on the 27th. I'm going to link the video below where they talk about the upcoming sale, and you'll see some of the things that will probably be in that sale in case you see something that you might be interested in. As I said, so many of their pieces are so reasonably priced and just beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. When we went into this quarantine thing, I actually wondered how in the world they could continue that channel, because the channel is predominantly them out shopping and then showing you all of their finds. But they've managed to go back and do things at their houses and then combine them in editing and go back and pick up some old footage of things that they've done together. shopping trips, so the channel has not suffered at all. Trust me, at all. So I think you will love Selena and Laura on the Recycled Life. They're just a breath of fresh air. I mean, a breath of fresh air. I know a lot of you will relate to Selena. At her young age, she's already battled breast cancer and has come out on top. They're just too cute. They're so different, and they are each so cute, and they're just so stinking cute together. So I hope you'll go over and you tell them Patty sent you. I've never commented on one of their videos. So, you know, until I placed an order from them for this necklace and ring, they had no idea who I was. We're telling Patty, Rockstar Mom sent you. And that'll be good. So, did you notice my ponytail? Yeah, I went into my Box O'Hare this morning and got a long ponytail. Hey, this is sort of like the old Patty. Color's a little bit different. Maybe it won't look too different on video here with the lights. We'll see. It may be totally different. So I thought I'd better explain it just in case some of you are going to wonder where I got this long hair. So let's talk about watches. The bands, the Apple Watch bands, were majorly expensive for that watch, or for this watch. But I went on Amazon and they had hundreds of bands that would fit this watch. But like I said, I got the cheapest, the most basic band that Apple offered. So stay tuned, and I'm going to show you all of the different bands that I have. My Apple Watch band wardrobe. The first band is a Leopard. Now, I have found that with most bands, even with my Alta, that a buckle type band is going to be too big for my small wrist. And the way they're stitched, it's just almost impossible to trim it back. So I usually try to pull one of the little strap holders down. But that's it. And again, these bands are all in the $10 to $15 range. This band is plastic, it's acrylic of some kind, but it looks almost like marble or mother of pearl, pink mother of pearl, or stone. And it goes really well with the rose-colored bezel, and especially well with the flowers. And it just has one of those kinds of clasp. And it fits loose on my arm. Jim did take out some links for me. That was very easy to do. Now, you will never believe this one. And by the way, to put it on, you just slide, there are little ridges here that you just slide it through. You see, when you take the watch off, it locks. And when I put it back on, I have a password. Whoops. It buckles. It's just a matter of... Now, this is just the cutest watch band. And I have to tell you, I was in Walmart one day. Well, some Walmarts carry the bands for these. And I think this was $10. It's silicone. Look at it. Is that not just the cutest thing? And again, goes with my pink rose gold bezel. Fingerprints all over it. Look at this. Okay. It slides in. Can you see what I'm doing? This one also came from Walmart. Silicone. And the watch, it's sort of crooked in there, but let me see here. This was Amazon. In fact, this was the Leopard watch band was the very first one I ordered. I wish the bands came in sizes. So this is blue, obviously, and it has all the cutout on the sides. Is that not cute? Even with the rose gold. It goes, that's silver. Hey, they say you can mix metals now. When we were going on that cruise, I thought, what can I do? Because you dress at night on a cruise, and I'm thinking, okay, what can I do that will dress up this watch? Went on Amazon, looked at the bands, and let me show you what I found. Not only did I find dressy bands, but bezels to go around the watch. They have plain ones with no sparkles. I ordered the sparkles. So let me show you how this works. It's set up for the watch, and it just absolutely snaps on just like that. And then here is the band that I ordered at the same time. I did this mainly for the formal night. Okay. There it is, look. Jewels. And jewels on the black bezel, black face with my flowers, jewels around the bezel. Ooh, is that ever glam? Is it girly? Is it awesome? It was about $15. The watch, a rose gold jeweled bezel. By the way, these bezels, this box of 4, I think they might have been $15, maybe $20. Cheap. And listen, they have so many. So many. Okay. There you go. Look. It's the same watch as the black one, but pink. Jewels, flowers, and when you want it to change, you can just, oops, there it goes. Let me get out of it. You can just tap it. Yeah, there we go. I hope that the jewels on these really show up for you. Don't you just love it? Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're going, oh, Patty, that is so gaudy. How could you wear that? Well, for those who know Patty, they know this is Patty. This is Patty. As I said, there's probably only one other band that I've seen on Amazon that I want. I am going to order the plain bezels in all of the colors without the jewels so that I can just change from the rose gold to just a plain everyday bezel that's a different color other than the rose gold. So that's it. My rings, you're probably saying, what is that ring? It's old, gaudy. My rings, we put them in the safety deposit box at our bank before we went on the cruise. I forgot about them. Of course, our lobby is closed for our bank, but they're safe and secure in the lockbox. One day I'll have them back. But there you go. That's it. That's it. Those are my watch bands. You know, you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, I sure hope you will. I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. This time in our lives has been so challenging. And I know that we're all, now that the country is starting to open up a little bit, we're going in different directions. As I've said before, some of us are still staying home. I'm staying home. I am staying home until I am so totally confident that I'm safe. I can do this. It's not easy always, but I can do this. We can all do this. We can.
Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. You know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for.